It's a feeling many of us know all too well. You've been so good, you've diligently tracked every single calorie that has passed your lips, inputting your breakfast into an app. You've diligently tracked inputting your lunch into an app. You've diligently tracked inputting your dinner into an app. You've said no to the office biscuits. You opted for the side salad. You walked past the chips. You've even managed to squeeze in a few workouts, feeling that satisfying ache in your muscles. You step on the scales, full of hope. The number hasn't budged, or worse, it's gone up slightly. The frustration is immense. It can feel disheartening, making you want to throw in the towel, thinking your body is broken or weight loss is impossible. This cycle of effort and disappointment is incredibly common. It's easy to feel like you're doing everything right, yet getting absolutely nowhere. This experience can lead to an unhealthy relationship with food and your body. You start to see food as the enemy, a collection of numbers to control. Exercise becomes punishment, not celebration. This mindset is mentally exhausting and based on an incomplete picture of how bodies manage weight. For decades, the prevailing wisdom on weight loss has been boiled down to a seemingly simple equation: calories in versus calories out. The concept is straightforward and easy to grasp. A calorie is a unit of energy. If you consume more energy, calories, than your body expends, you will store the excess as fat and gain weight. Conversely, if you consume fewer calories than you burn, your body will tap into its fat stores for energy, and you will lose weight. This model is taught in nutrition classes, promoted by health organizations, and forms the basis of countless diet plans and weight loss apps. It's not wrong, it's just incomplete. The appeal of the calories in versus calories out model lies in its simplicity. It gives us a sense of control. It turns the messy, complex process of human metabolism into a neat mathematical problem. If we just have enough willpower and discipline to track our numbers accurately, success should be guaranteed. This is why we see food labels dominated by calorie counts, and why fitness trackers focus so heavily on calories burned during a workout. It gives us tangible data points to focus on. The laws of thermodynamics do apply to the human body. You cannot create energy from nothing. This is why so many people have had some success with calorie counting, at least short-term. By creating a calorie deficit, you force your body to look for alternative fuel. But this model treats the body like a simple furnace. Type of fuel doesn't matter, only amount. It fails to account for the intricate biological processes that determine what our body does with those calories. The major flaw is that it ignores the powerful influence of hormones. Calories out is not fixed, it's dynamic and adjusted by the body. Hormones can dial metabolism up or down, increase appetite, trigger cravings, and tell the body to store fat, especially around the midsection. So, while a calorie is technically a calorie, processing a calorie from a sugary donut is very different from processing a calorie from grilled salmon or an avocado, largely due to the hormonal response each food triggers. Imagine your body as a highly complex and busy corporation. Calories are the raw materials or the budget that the corporation has to work with. But the budget alone doesn't decide what gets done. In your body, these managers and messengers are your hormones. Powerful chemical signals travel through your bloodstream, telling organs and tissues what to do: mood, energy levels, reproductive cycle, how you use and store energy. Hormones are the real executives in charge of weight, burned for immediate energy, stored as glycogen in muscles and liver, converted into body fat for long-term storage. Appetite, hunger signals, satiety, the feeling of fullness. If hormonal signals are out of balance, it can feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, no matter how carefully you count calories. Two people, same calories, different results. One feels energized and loses weight. The other feels lethargic, constantly hungry, and gains weight. Their hormonal environments are different. Chronic stress, lack of sleep, types of food, gut health. These create a hormonal landscape that supports, or fights, fat loss. It's a far more nuanced picture than simple arithmetic. Your body seeks balance, homeostasis. Hormones are the key players in that negotiation. Thinking about hormones moves us beyond blaming willpower. It's not weakness to want a sugary snack. Hormones can drive that. Hormones send powerful signals to the brain, pushing for quick energy. Understanding this brings compassion and curiosity. Instead of blaming yourself, investigate root causes. Are you getting enough sleep? Are your stress levels through the roof? Is your diet giving the right messages to your hormones? This is where the real power to change lies. Let's start with insulin, which is often called the fat storage hormone. Its primary job is to manage your blood sugar levels. When you eat carbohydrates or sugar, they break down into glucose, which enters your bloodstream. That signals your pancreas to release insulin. Insulin acts like a key, unlocking cells so glucose can enter and be used for energy. This is a vital, healthy process. But eat lots of refined carbs and sugary foods, and you get a rapid spike in blood sugar, triggering a big insulin surge. Insulin is also a powerful storage hormone. After cells take what they need for energy, insulin stores the rest, some as glycogen in your muscles and in your liver, limited storage tanks. Once they're full, insulin converts excess glucose into fat and stores it in fat cells. Constantly spiking blood sugar with processed foods and sugary drinks keeps you in a high insulin state. In that state, it's very hard to burn stored fat. High insulin basically locks the doors to your fat cells. Now cortisol, the stress hormone, released by your adrenal glands during stress. Short-term cortisol is useful, fight or flight, energy and focus. But chronic stress is common, from work deadlines, financial worries, traffic, constant digital notifications. That keeps cortisol elevated and sabotages weight control. Cortisol signals your body to store fat, especially visceral fat, the dangerous fat around your organs. Worse, insulin and cortisol can team up. High cortisol increases appetite and drives cravings for high-fat comfort foods and high-sugar comfort foods. A chronically stressed person often has high cortisol plus high insulin from comfort eating. That combo creates a perfect storm for weight gain, a vicious cycle: stress, poor choices, more fat storage, hormonal imbalance, more stress. Beyond insulin and cortisol, there are two other critical hormones that directly manage your hunger and fullness: ghrelin and leptin. You can think of them as the angel and devil on your shoulder when it comes to appetite. Ghrelin is often nicknamed the hunger hormone. It's primarily produced in your stomach, and its levels rise when your stomach is empty. It then travels to your brain and sends a powerful signal that says, "It's time to eat." Ghrelin is what causes that rumbling in your tummy and makes you start thinking about your next meal. Its job is to drive you to seek out food to ensure you have enough energy. In a well-functioning system, ghrelin levels are high before a meal and then fall sharply after you eat, staying low for several hours. However, certain factors can disrupt this process. For instance, studies have shown that a chronic lack of sleep can lead to significantly higher ghrelin levels. This means that when you are sleep-deprived, you are physiologically hungrier than when you are well-rested. This isn't a matter of willpower. Your body is literally screaming at you to eat more. On the other side of the equation is leptin, the satiety hormone. Leptin is produced by your fat cells, and its main role is to tell your brain when you have enough energy stored and can stop eating. As your fat stores increase, you produce more leptin, which should signal to your brain that you're full, dampening your appetite and boosting your metabolism to burn more energy. The problem is that, just like with insulin, you can become resistant to leptin's signals. This condition, known as leptin resistance, is common in individuals who are overweight or obese. In this state, even though you have high levels of body fat and are producing large amounts of leptin, your brain doesn't hear the message. It mistakenly thinks you are starving. As a result, your brain continues to send out powerful hunger signals, driven by ghrelin, and simultaneously slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. This is a cruel biological trap. You feel hungry all the time, but your body is actively resisting your efforts to lose weight. Section 6, A Tale of Two Office Workers, Calories versus Hormones in Real Life. To see how this plays out, let's imagine two office workers, Sarah and Ben. Both are 35 years old. They have similar desk jobs, and they both want to lose a bit of weight. They each decide to follow a 1,600 calorie per day diet. Sarah focuses purely on the numbers. For breakfast, a low-fat muffin, and a large coffee with sugar. For lunch, a diet-ready meal. In the afternoon, she hits a huge energy slump. She grabs a cereal bar and another sugary coffee. For dinner, a large bowl of pasta with jarred tomato sauce. She hits her 1,600 calories, but she often feels hungry, tired, and irritable. Sarah's diet, while calorie-controlled, is a roller coaster for her hormones. The sugary muffin and coffee cause a massive spike in her blood sugar. That spike triggers a big insulin response. A few hours later, a crash, leading to her afternoon slump and intense cravings. The cereal bar gives another quick hit of sugar, perpetuating the cycle. Her body stays in fat storage mode from high insulin levels. Furthermore, Sarah is highly stressed at work. and only sleeps about 5 or 6 hours a night. That keeps cortisol chronically high, signaling fat storage around her middle. Her ghrelin levels are elevated, making her feel hungry all day. Ben also eats 1,600 calories, but he focuses on how food choices affect hormones. For breakfast, scrambled eggs, spinach, and a slice of whole grain toast. For lunch, a large chicken salad with lots of greens, vegetables, and olive oil dressing. In the afternoon, a handful of almonds, and an apple. For dinner, baked salmon, roasted sweet potato, and broccoli. He also hits his 1,600 calories, but his experience is completely different. He feels full, energized, and clear-headed throughout the day. Ben's diet is designed to promote hormonal balance. His breakfast and lunch are rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber. That leads to a slow, gentle rise in blood sugar and a minimal insulin response. That keeps him out of fat storage mode and lets his body access fat for energy between meals. The protein and fiber keep him feeling full and satisfied for hours, so his ghrelin stays low. Ben also manages stress with a short lunchtime walk and aims for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. This helps keep cortisol, ghrelin, and leptin levels in a healthy range. Despite eating the same number of calories as Sarah, Ben's body is in a prime state for fat loss, while Sarah's is fighting her every step of the way. Section 7. The Sleep Effect. How Rest Rewires Your Weight Loss. We often think of sleep as a passive activity, but nothing could be further from the truth. Sleep is a critical period of repair, recovery, and hormonal regulation. When it comes to managing your weight, getting enough quality sleep is just as important as your diet and exercise routine. Skimping on sleep, even for just a few nights, can dramatically shift your hormones into a state that promotes weight gain. Many people who struggle to lose weight are overlooking one of the most powerful tools available to them: their bed. A lack of sleep sends your hunger hormones into disarray. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases. Leptin, the satiety hormone, decreases. This creates a potent double whammy effect. You might find yourself with an insatiable appetite after a poor night's sleep. Your brain thinks you're in an energy deficit, compelling you to seek more calories. Sleep deprivation raises cortisol. Your body pumps out more cortisol under sleep loss. Elevated cortisol increases appetite. It fuels cravings for unhealthy foods. It drives fat storage around the abdomen. It impairs insulin sensitivity. Cells don't respond well to insulin, forcing the pancreas to overwork. That promotes fat storage and raises risk of type 2 diabetes. Counting calories by day can be undone by nights of poor sleep. A sleep-deprived body is a stressed body. A stressed body holds on to energy. Survival mode. Prioritizing sleep isn't a luxury. It's essential. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep a night to reset your hormones, regulate your appetite, reduce stress, and improve your insulin sensitivity. This creates the ideal internal environment for your body to respond to healthy eating and exercise. Section 8. Building a hormone-friendly plate. So how do we translate this hormonal knowledge into what we actually put on our plates every day? The goal is to move away from a mindset of pure restriction and toward one of strategic nourishment. It's about choosing foods that send the right signals to your body: satiety, stable energy, metabolic health. A simple way to start is to think about balancing your plate at every meal, ensuring you have a good source of protein, healthy fats, fiber-rich carbohydrates. This combination is the magic formula for hormonal harmony and stable blood sugar. Protein is incredibly important for appetite control. It is the most satiating of all the macronutrients, meaning it helps you feel fuller for longer. Eggs, Greek yogurt, chicken, fish, tofu, lentils, including a source of protein with each meal, helps to keep your hunger hormone, ghrelin, suppressed. It also has a higher thermic effect of food, meaning your body actually burns more calories digesting protein compared to fats or carbs. Prioritizing protein is a simple but powerful way to naturally reduce your overall calorie intake without feeling deprived or constantly hungry. Next, don't be afraid of fat, as long as it's the right kind. Avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil. Healthy fats are essential for hormone production. They slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, prevent spikes and crashes, and help keep insulin levels low and stable. Finally, fill the rest of your plate with fiber, primarily from vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Fiber buffers sugar absorption, adds fullness, and supports a healthy gut microbiome, a key player in weight regulation and hormone balance. Section 9. From Frustration to Empowerment, a New Path Forward. It's time to let go of the guilt and frustration that comes from failed diets and the endless cycle of calorie counting. The narrative that weight loss is purely a matter of eating less and moving more has left too many people feeling like failures. The truth is that your body is not a simple machine. It's a complex, dynamic system governed by a symphony of hormones. These hormones are influenced by much more than just the food you eat. Your sleep, your stress levels, the very quality of your calories all send powerful instructions that can either help or hinder your progress. Embracing this more holistic view is incredibly empowering. It shifts the focus from self-blame to self-care. It encourages you to look beyond the numbers on a screen and start listening to the signals your body is sending you. Are you feeling tired, stressed, constantly hungry? These aren't signs of weakness. They are valuable pieces of data, clues to guide change. This could mean prioritizing an earlier bedtime, incorporating a 5-minute stretch into your day, ensuring your lunch is packed with protein and healthy fats instead of just refined carbs. The journey to a healthier weight is not about starvation or deprivation. It's about nourishment. Build a lifestyle that puts hormonal health first. So, I encourage you to take a step back from the calorie calculator. Start by focusing on one small change you can make today to support your hormones. Adding a source of protein to your breakfast, switching off your screens an hour before bed, taking a 10-minute walk outside during your lunch break. These small, consistent actions are the foundation of lasting change. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. You are not broken. You just need a better approach, one that honors the incredible complexity and wisdom of your own body. This is the real path to not just losing weight, but to gaining health, energy, and a life you love. If this helped, subscribe for more science-backed health tips.